One of the biggest things I think ultra running requires is patience. Patience during the hours of a race, patience to see the payoff of the months or years of training, patience when injury or sickness stops you from training. With endurance sports, it takes a lot of patience to find your limit. With a sprint, your limit is just your top speed, and you can find that out just about any time. But when it comes to ultra running, it takes a lot of patience to find out just how long you can go for. I knew this race was going to stretch me, but I didn't realize it would push me to my absolute limit where I could barely take another step.
I can't go any further.
We're here in Vielha, about to check in for my 100k race. We're a little bit early, so hopefully it's okay. But we just saw the winners of the 50k. It was awesome. It was very close, like only a few seconds apart, so it's been really awesome.
Is it him? Is it him? Oh, the wristband. I want to get a close up, but I don't want to ruin the shot. I'm going to go for it. Oh, wristband in. Really strong number. In the bag, beautiful bag. Oh. 2182 is a good number, I feel.
So after picking up the bib, we went home and had a bit of a team meeting, had some dinner and an early night, and got ready for the race in the morning. Race morning started well. We got to the start nice and early and headed straight for the toilets, and everything seemed to be going fine. There were a couple of moments of stress, like when I thought I'd left some of my gear behind at our accommodation. But after watching the first two start waves, it was time for me to get my gear checked and head to the start line. Alright, see ya. Once the race had started, it took about a kilometre to settle down and get into my rhythm. With all the cheering going on throughout the town, it took some serious conscious effort to remember to slow down. But once I did, I knew I just needed to rely on my training and planning, taking it slow for the first half of the race so that I'd have energy for the second half.
Just hit 3Ks in about 27 minutes. Kind of a little bit slower than I would have liked because it was very tight single trail for a little while. But yeah, feeling okay. Sweating a bit more than I expected I would be. I think it's meant to get quite hot today, which I'm not real keen on. And then apparently it's going to get cold and stormy at night. So I'm also not keen for that. But yeah, feeling okay at the moment. done just over 10 k's now, about 10.6 k's, and I was thinking it was going really well for the first 5 or 6 k's. There's some nice smooth kind of downhills, not too technical, and then it just got a bit crazy with a ton of uphill, and so I was getting a bit worried about making the cutoff, but I've got some very steep downhill now, so hopefully it stays like this. I forgot to put the course on my watch, so I can't see exactly what I got coming up, but still feeling okay. I can't believe how hilly it is.
Coming into the second aid station, the excitement was still pretty high, and I was having a great time. I got there still feeling quite fresh, filled up my water bottles, put on some sunscreen, and headed off.
¿Tienes crema de sol?
Sí, es lo que me estamos utilizando hoy.
It wasn't long after the second aid station where I started to get a bit of a taste of how steep some of these trails would be. Although the trails were becoming more and more difficult, they were also becoming even more beautiful.
About 16.5 k's in about 3 hours 20 minutes, and I think it's been the most difficult 16.5 k's I've ever done. I've done like over 1,300 meters of vertical. We're out of the trees now, which is nice. It means we get some really awesome views, and I'm quite thirsty. I think I've definitely got enough fluids to get to the next aid station. Just it's all tailwind mix. I probably should have put some, like one flask with just water. So I think at the next aid session I'm definitely gonna at least either scull some water with my cup, or probably fill up one of my bottles with just water. But yeah, that's another 12 k's away. So yeah, probably the worst I've felt 16.5 k's into a race. But the views are cool. That is the top of this first climb. And oh my goodness, 22 k's in, 5 hours 13 minutes, over 2,100 meters elevation gain in 22 k's. So it's crazy. I'm feeling wrecked. I'm keen for a bit of downhill, but I think I'm going to walk some of it for a bit, hopefully recover a bit, and then run to the aid station at I think 28 k's.
In these long mountain races, you're taken to a different place where there's nothing else to worry about. It's this one task you're focused on for hours and hours. The noise of daily life is blocked out, overshadowed by the enormous task in front of you. Up in the mountains now, the views were incredible, but those same mountains demanded patience. With every steep climb, every stretch under the blistering heat, the race wasn't just a test of physical endurance, it was a lesson in waiting. Patience was teaching me to respect the process, to take each step without rushing to the finish. The mountains don't care how quickly you want to conquer them, they move at their own pace, and to survive, you have to move at yours. It's not about fighting the challenge, it's about accepting it and patiently moving forward one deliberate step at a time.
I'm completely alone. Can't see any other runners, which is kind of fun, I guess. Oh, what a view. There's a runner. 26.5 k's in 6 hours 11 minutes, and I think the next aid station is at 28 k's. I hope it's at 28 k's. And my phone just said welcome to France, so I'm pretty sure that this is Spain and this is France, or at least pretty close. It's too hot, I need water. Oh. I just finished off my 2 liters of water that I had since the last aid station, which is pretty crazy because you only have to carry 1.5 liters. So I'm glad that I carried a bit more than I had to. I could just see the aid station a second ago, so hopefully it's not too far. I've gone over 28 k's now. I think it might be at 30 k's, which is not great, but oh well.
I was pretty exhausted by the third aid station, and probably a bit dehydrated after running out of water.
Good.
Oh, it's so difficult.
No difficult. Very easy.
Yeah.
Slowly.
There was a bit more downhill for a few kilometers, but then it was back to trudging uphill at snail's pace.
8 hours in. My watch says about 34 k's, and I'm really concerned I'm not going to make the cutoff. I think I got about 3 hours to do about 14-15 k's, which sounds fine. That's like walking pace, but going up these hills, I'm not even going close to normal walking pace.
The heat was starting to get intense. At every opportunity, I was putting water on myself from the freezing streams. To be honest, it was beginning to feel a little hopeless. I was moving so slow that it was starting to feel like the cutoff was creeping up on me.
Good views. Did 44 k's in 10 hours 15 minutes, so I think it's about 4 k's to the next aid station. I should make it. I've made up a bit of time because I was a lot of downhill. I'm absolutely cooked. Over 3,000 meters of elevation gain, 10 hours 15 minutes, so the longest activity in terms of time I've ever done. Man, I'm struggling. Can't even hold the camera up properly.
Sunday, I think.
Made it to the aid station with less than an hour to spare, so let's make it quick.
At the fourth aid station, I felt really run down. I'd been enduring the intense heat for over 10 hours now and was really slowing down. I knew I was close to getting cut off, but at the same time, I wasn't able to go any faster. The great thing about this sport, though, is the simplicity. Keep moving forward. And while I was still capable, that's what I did. On my way to Barrett, I was going slow. Like, real slow. Got to the fourth aid station 48 minutes ahead of cutoff and wouldn't arrive at the next one until 30 minutes before cutoff. It became obvious to me on this slow 5.2k section that I wasn't going to finish. I was ready to finally see my friends and tell them I'm done. When I did finally see my friends, their cheering and seeming optimism encouraged me. I remembered that I was never there to cross over some finish line. I was here to test myself. And, well, the test wasn't over yet.
Dean is currently at Barrett, which is the first of the main stations. He's looking like he's needing a minute.
Cut off here. 7. Your personal expected is 5. So, don't slow down. Alright?
My crew helped me take in some fuel, and eventually, only 15 minutes before I would have been cut off, I set off, knowing the odds were stacked against me. Every step forward felt heavier, not just from exhaustion, but from the growing realization that this might truly be the end of my race. And yet, I moved.
I feel like shit. I'm gonna keep trying at this for now. People vomiting, people pulling out.
Slowly, deliberately, not because I thought I'd make it, but because I still hadn't answered the question I came here with. How far can I push myself?
Apparently it's 1k to so I do. I think I'll just make it.
The trail stretched ahead, indifferent to my struggles, but it gave me one last chance to embrace the discomfort, to exist fully in this moment of effort, and to learn something I could carry long after the race was over. Endurance isn't just about triumph. Sometimes it's about learning when to stop, to let go without regret. Because endurance is not perfection. It's showing up, trying, failing, being patient, and finding meaning in the actual effort rather than the achievement.